Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
We in here. You know we in here.
Yeah.
In here.
Rather take the long way than the wrong way. Never feeling like an outcast. Yeah, I'm Andre. College dropout. Lost my mother like Kanye. They call me Nature Boy. My family call me Dante. You knew me in school. You probably know me as Tonyo. You might have seen me around, but you ain't know me though. They never paid attention, but they don't know me though. Started from the bottom like the guy that started over yo. God's plan. Standing away even a little bit's a hard stance. We too young not to be taking our chance, but I'm too old to do a TikTok dance. I'm just saying, stand up nigga. But you think cause I ain't sitting in prison that I must have been snitching, or the work was put in and I must have been missing. We done put in so much work that it came with a pension. Fuck a payroll and parole. We paying attention, we sharp over here. Ain't no catfish in us, we sharks over here. Too much drive, you can't park over here. Running it up, baby, don't walk over here. We stay on tracks and stayed off facts. Ain't fitted for this new era, they all cap. You little niggas real funny, like Keenan and Kel, like they all laugh. Oh, here it goes, LP on the beats, and I'm here with the quotes. Breath of fresh air, these sniffing. Young black boy with the white boy, different strokes. Always had the keys, I was just missing notes. Yeah, I always been him, creme de la creme. Jamming like Vince with my arm in the rim. Got the plays on repeat, the J's on my feet. Private school, but the knowledge came from the streets. And the streets ain't for everybody, baby. And the streets ain't for everybody, baby.
You know we in here.
And the streets ain't for everybody, baby.
You know we in here.
Was at the age of 21. I was supposed to be the first college grad. He from the streets, so he knew it wasn't no fad. Plus my mom said I always end up like my dad. Rest his soul, it was known I was flipping those since the flip zone. Providing sips since the sidekicks. Money two ways since the two ways. Now I get it a few ways. Trying to change my old ways into new ways. Toupee, yeah, I'm on top. Yeah, I'm toupee, yeah. Yeah.
I heard you say a line.
Yeah.
You said lost your mom like Kanye.
Yeah.
Your mom transitioned?
Yes, sir.
My mom transitioned when I was 11.
Wow.
Was yours early or later on?
Later than that. It was 2014.
How's your mental health? How you feeling about that? How was that?
I'm better than I've ever been. I wasn't good for a while. I think I'm alright. I think I'm on the strengthening side of that battle. Where I feel like what I feel like surviving the grief strengthened me. I'm on that side of it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but it was ugly. It was ugly at one point.
Yeah. That's interesting, man, because me having my mom transition at such a young age,
Yeah.
I kind of was desensitized to it for a second until that shit like hit me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was 11, that shit ain't really hit me until college, and I ain't really deal with that shit till college. But I know that shit happened for a reason, a super divine reason. But
I think for a man, or for a boy rather, it's the only thing that really, and I hate to say this, because there's people that mother haven't transitioned yet. But I know that based on your relationship with your mother as a boy or a man, it could be hard to really transition into a man with your mother still around, because you always got that safe haven and you always have that safe place with her. This my take. When
Yeah.
Once she was gone and I was able to survive her not being here and what that really meant in totality
Yeah.
is when I started to become a man. Started to become a man when I had to take care of her. I had to take care of my mother while she was sick for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So I literally did everything my mom had to do for me as a baby. I had to do for her. I had to
Yeah.
bathe her. I had to carry her to the car. I had to
Yeah.
feed her. I had to do all of the things, and that made me a man
Mm-hmm.
in that sense. And then when she left, and I was able to really live without that emotional support,
Right.
and I had to find that for myself, find that in God, find that in all of the things.
Right.
When she left, you know what I'm saying? Um, that's where I found the strength at. You know what I'm saying? I was strong with her here,
Yeah.
but I think I'm something different now that she not here.
That's so wild, man, because I
Yeah.
don't know, in my own reflections, and this is not for everybody and not for every single person, but I definitely feel like sometimes niggas that still got their moms and different, because everybody got a different life experience. And everybody got different, experiences with their parents or whatever, whatever. But I don't know. Like, I feel like sometimes niggas who got their moms in certain relationships with their moms, they don't be as thorough sometimes. Like, when it comes to, like, a certain level of shit. Because it's like, when your mom transition and you a man and you have to deal with the intimacy issues or lack thereof, you feel me, deal with all of those different things that come with that. It's like you said, it's almost like a safety net for some people. For some people, it's like a safety net, and it's like
It all depend on your relationship with your mom.
it definitely depends, man, and it's such a thin line. But I feel like my mom transitioning as early as I did was a superpower. But even though it fucked me up when it first happened, because I just acted like she was never here in the first place,
Right.
like I never knew her, type shit. Like I acted like my mom, like I kind of, it was involuntary repression and mass depression. But
I think at 11,
know.
I think at 11 though, you didn't act. I think you did what you knew at that time. You did what you had the capacity to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you haven't felt that deep or experienced that deep yet. So like at that age, because I can remember very important people like very close to me dying at that age, and it didn't hit me till later when I understood what, you know what I'm saying, death was, and what.
I want to pass this to Bashi at 1.2 because he's experienced the same thing
Right.
too. But go ahead.
Yeah, like I think you just go into like what you know at the time, what your mental capacity is, and I think you did what a lot of kids at 11 would have did. You know what I'm saying? Because like I was in my, I guess, between 25 and 30 when it happened, and so I was literally in the middle of like my fun discovery years, and I was in New York, like living my life, making the most money I've ever made, living, like just living, you know what I'm saying? But like I decided to come back and take care of her, because like I couldn't just go live and this is going on.
Right.
I came back and saw the rehab place she was in, and I was just like, yeah, no, I'm not leaving her in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on your relationship with your mother, because I know a lot of people that be like, man, look, she got a husband. Cause my stepdad, her husband, he checked out. He didn't know how to deal with that. He wasn't. He wasn't. I was more built at 25, 26 for that than he was as a man in his 40s. He literally checked out. He became baby like, childlike. I took care of both of them. You know what I'm saying? So it really depends.
Yeah.
Where you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think it's placed in certain places for people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cause she learned. There's a lot of things, I'll be honest, like my mother passed away a way better person than she was when she got sick. You know what I'm saying? So there was things she grew and went through, dealing with her own mortality, and I watched her grow, and she also realized that she raised a man, and that she didn't know. That's why she held on so long.
Right.
She thought there was no way she could leave her baby here and he was gonna know what to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I actually had to tell my mother in hospice, like, yo, I'm good. You could go. You know what I'm saying? We don't gotta keep going through this where you getting better, getting in hospice, get it like,
Yeah.
you could go. It's okay. I got it. You know what I'm saying? And she passed that night. But she waited for me to get off work. She passed away at 4 a.m. after I got off.
Wow. You was there?
She opened her eyes before she passed, and she looked at me.
That's
and
crazy.
Then she took her last breath.
That's crazy. I held my mother's hand the night that she passed. Now, I don't know, my family, me and some of my family members call my family a motherfucking secret society. Because, like, niggas be keeping secrets and shit. So I don't know if the rest of my family knew she was about to pass or not that particular night. Because I know she got sick. She was sick before I was born and got well, got a transplant. And I kind of put 2 and 2 together with what happened. But she got sick, and then 2 weeks later she was gone type shit. But the night that, my whole family was in there that night. And yeah, man, like, I don't know. My memory's not that strong, but I do remember her laying in that bed. And I was just like looking at her like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, I don't know what the fuck. Like, you feel me? Like she really right here. No, yeah. She was right. She was still alive. And then, like, we went back out into the waiting room. And then it was like, 30 minutes later, oh, your mom's gone. I was like, what? I remember this. She was like, yeah, your mom's gone. I was like, what? What you mean? She dead? Like,
say it.
Like, say it like she dead.
Right.
You feel me? Type shit. So, that shit was interesting, man. Yeah, that's deep. I don't know.
I'm gonna say something real quick, and then I'm gonna give it to Bashi. But I just wanted to say, like, as a black woman, sitting here in this vulnerability is like real special. Because in the world we live in, especially for singles, it'd be hard outside, and word on the street is the men's don't be in their feelings, and it's not true, obviously. So
oh yeah, nah.
So I appreciate how vulnerable y'all are being with each other, but also like with me, with Mars downstairs. Like, I think it's beautiful. And one of the things that I've come to really appreciate over the last couple of years in my friendships with men is that y'all vulnerability is different. Like, when we get in our feelings, we in it. Like, oh my God, you're so cute. Oh, okay. Can I wipe your forehead? Like, do you need a hug right now? And y'all like, yeah, yo, it was hard. And it's like, but that
real
is
shit,
y'all
though.
and y'all feelings,
I get
so,
some
like,
more of that honey wine.
And I think to your point of like understanding that it's okay, and actually we need y'all to be like that, because when hard things come, that is that resistance to the challenge at hand. That is that support, the masculine energy that like protects and provides.
Yeah.
And it's like, if y'all aren't that, then how can you be the other thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, anyways,
that's
all I had.
It's interesting as men, right? Because it's a human thing to be emotional, to be sensitive, to be all that. It's not like a gender thing.
Right.
It's all on how it's the empowerment, right?
Right.
We don't always feel empowered to be that
Mm-hmm.
by our surroundings. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to say this like I know this is fact, but I feel like women are able to like be a little bit more, hey, oh my God, because there's an empowerment to it where it's like, girl, go ahead and cry, girl.
Right.
Get your
Right.
shit off, girl.
Right.
Whereas like, you know, I always take it back to how simple we're raised. You know what I'm saying? I fall on the ground, scrape my knee, get your ass up.
Yeah.
Come on. Be a man.
Mm-hmm.
As a boy, be a man.
Mm-hmm.
You fall down, oh, come here, my princess, come here.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That shit's so nuanced.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just that it starts there. You know what I'm saying? And then I could get deeper into like, you know, how I don't want to get this deep because it get crazy. But
Go there. Go there.
no, I'm just saying like, all right, as a man, I've tried to be vulnerable to a woman. Maybe she was my lover. Maybe, you know, whatever. But she looks at me as I'm strong.
Right.
And that I can't be broken. So when I am, she don't really know how to handle it. You know what I'm saying? She don't know how to receive me not being whole and strong. And that makes me shy away from
It's
it.
so nuanced, but go ahead. I got a thought because what you talk about is what I talk about all the fucking time. I talk about this shit all the fucking time because it's like one as melanated people, right? We living in this capitalist society, this capitalist situation where it's not natural to our. We talk about doing black business all the time. We talk about doing business that's more characteristic to us. But just living life as a whole, it's like as a man growing up, our worth is related to how much money you got, how much power you got, how much you feel me. When it's just like when we living in our own ancestral melanated ways, shit is more balanced. We still the kings, we still leaders, but it's still more of a natural balance, spiritual balance. So it's like it's nuanced because I do feel like my father raised me as a Capricorn father, like hard. You feel me? And I had to find my own emotional vulnerability. But I know that my father wasn't as vulnerable as he could have been.
Mine was opposite.
Mm-hmm.
My dad cried in front of me first. My dad showed me because he's a Leo.
Yeah.
So my dad showed me all the emotions, whereas my mother was the one that was like, "Don't do that. That's gay.
Yeah.
Don't like for real." Like she was the one that was like, "You a man.
Right.
Don't do that." Da, da, da.
Right.
So like it's
a thin line.
It's
man.
a thin line, but I could, you know.
Cause I do believe that we need to be fucking soldiers of this motherfucker. I don't got time for no bitch ass pussy ass niggas around me. If some motherfuckers is coming in the door right now, do I gotta protect you like you a bitch, or you gonna help us protect these women in here?
Yeah.
Type shit. You feel me? I'm a soldier.
That's
but
the duality.
Together,
that's the duality.
You feel me?
I live in.
Right.
Cause yes, I'm very much that. Mm-hmm. Like you see it, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I wear that. Like my natural state is that. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Behind that is the emotional intelligence.
Right.
Behind that is the okay, I have feelings about this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I can express those feelings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think that, you know, kind of what she's talking about is like we're being empowered to do that now, whereas like my dad wasn't empowered to do that. You know what I'm saying? He was treated a certain way for being emotionally intelligent as a man. Like he would be called zesty because he can explain how he feel, and it's like, why you talking so much? A man ain't supposed to be like. Whereas now, women do want that more. You know what I'm saying? More than before.
It depends though.
No,
if it's
before I just think it was just like no.
Yeah.
Now it's a little bit more of like okay, but I still think it's like when we want you to do it.
But I feel like it's more important. Right, but I feel like it's important for us to create these safe spaces within each other, though.
Yeah.
Right? Because as men, if we know for a fact that I can fight with my brother, then we can cry with my brother. If I know that I don't got to worry about what's going on outside, when we inside, this is the safe space for us to do that.
Right.
You feel me? The women is different because some women give the benefit of the doubt to a bitch ass nigga that's fucking crying and complaining and pussying and being a bitch and not taking care of his responsibilities because they want to be that person that's giving them that safe space. But it's like, I don't know. I give grace to my women because like even if it's a woman that want to give that safe space to a man to be vulnerable, a bitch ass nigga take advantage of that.
Yeah.
What you was about to say, Tasia? I'm sorry.
But what I was gonna say. What I was gonna say to you is like, so I'm in therapy. Yeah. And so one of the things that has been coming up in therapy is like, I'm so good at dating up to a certain point. Like, girl of your dreams, right? And then we get to like super serious. I'm like, oh, because I start remembering all of the really shitty relationships I've already had. And so I feel like a lot of times, especially dating in your 30s, like, I'm going to speak for me as a woman. Like, you are coming up against the part of me that I don't trust about myself now. And so the resistance is then like, oh, yeah, we can't do that. Or I don't want to have this conversation because I remember old version of me was going to cuss you out if you said something crazy. Or whatever. And you're trying, at least for me, like I'm trying to avoid the end. Because I'm like, oh, I like you and you're great. But all of those behaviors of trying to get away or trying to solve a problem that might not even actually exist actually is the thing that breaks down the relationship. And so it requires the thing. Nobody can call nobody a pussy at this point. Like, everybody just gotta say what they gotta say and create a safe space, because if we don't do that, we can't have healthy relationships. And so I think that's one thing.
That's one thing. I'm gonna do it.
I think that's one thing. The other thing is like the same way that y'all have to be in touch with your feminine side too. We have to be in touch with our masculine sides, because if we aren't, if we're just like princess, then we don't understand the decisions you make in your masculine energy, and it feels like y'all don't fuck with us. Because masculine energy is very like, go get it. Go do it. Like, and sometimes it looks like y'all are on a solo mission. It's like, are you going to forget that I'm here? Do you remember where home is?
That go back to that very simple concept of like, get your ass up. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I said,
but it's a balance.
If you expand on that, get your ass up is not like, hey, even your dad or your mom, I'm going to help you up. I'm going to get you a Band-Aid. I'm going to get up yourself. Lick your own wounds. Get your own, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what we grow into. So that's why we get very like singular of like, I got to get out of this or I got to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Like it's a balance too when it comes to once we realize where we at with it, that balance between, we know that every human being has a balance of masculine energy and feminine energy.
Oh no, right? I'm speaking of like natural instinct.
Right.
What's gonna happen off of impulse.
Right.
I'm way past like the primal caveman way of thinking. I'm speaking on like what's put on us and what a majority of us are gonna follow. And even if we are aware, there's a natural instinct we're gonna follow. Like you spoke very much to me where I'm like, I get to a point where I'm like, I gotta figure this out. I get back with you.
Yeah.
I gotta figure out what this is.
That makes us so scared.
You know what I'm saying?
You might not come back. You might forget where you
Yeah. But most, and It is scary,
It's
right?
necessary.
And most women leave niggas on that. They be like,
Like, we have to be in touch with our masculine because then we'll understand that,
right.
And that's kind
So
of
so when you do leave us there and we do get stronger and we get better, we like, nah, I never needed these motherfuckers. I
right,
told you.
right.
You
But
know what I'm
it's a
saying?
balance though, because like what I was saying was more so like as because we still young, right? We still young, raising children. Everybody here got young children or don't have no children or whatever, right? So we, kind of instilling this shit, right? And instilling the fact that, all right, we know you got the balance of both masculine and feminine, but if you're a man, you need to frame your masculinity in knowing that your emotions or your femininity is supposed to let you know the direction that you're supposed to assert your masculinity in. And then the same thing is kind of flipped for women to where it's like your femininity, it's like you're supposed to use emotion to know how to direct logic.
I don't think enough of us were raised with that room, that grace to do that. My bad.
I was about to say you
They
could
go
you
back
could
to
say
that
it on the
now.
mic. You could say it on the
Nah,
mic.
I was saying, I'm raising 2 Leo sons.
Hello, I'm a Leo.
Hello.
We
to
got
you
2
as well.
Leos up here.
Hello.
Y'all, something serious.
Yes, we
But,
are. You gotta love us.
I definitely agree with what everyone's bringing, and just to add, like, enough of us were not raised with the room to be able to figure out what direction we want to put that in.
We want empowered.
It's like, I think we have to remember that when we are raising our children, not parenting, not guiding, but raising our children, we have to be mindful that control is not the goal. I'm not going to tell you what type of man to be. I can't dictate what type of woman you're going to be. Because 9 times out of 10, and I can speak from my own experience, I became a mother before I fully became a woman. Not due to age, but emotional maturity. So how can I, as an emotionally immature woman or a mother who is becoming emotionally mature, dictate to my son what type of man he gonna be? I don't know what type of woman I am yet. So with that being said, we have
Them
to
kids
remember.
gonna be all right. Just by what you said, them kids gonna be good. Keep going though, my bad. Them kids gonna be all right.
And if they not, you got to be cool with
You
knowing that
gotta
they
be
came.
okay.
Nah,
You
They
gotta-
came
you
for
They
their
could be
own
good,
path.
though.
Yeah,
They-
you gotta remember
Nah,
that.
some
palate.
motherfuckers like
They're-
that nigga Jeff, like that nigga Jeff parents probably ain't know or whatever. You feel
Nah,
me?
it come back to what she was
some
saying, though.
psycho
Was on,
motherfuckers
like,
is
17
born psycho.
Antidepressants every day. They
Yeah.
had an idea what was gonna happen.
Nah, nah, but what she's saying like is about, cause I raised my son like that. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I don't, somebody asked me, they was like, as a father, if your son decided to be homosexual, would it change how you feel about him? And I honestly can say no. No.
Now
I love, I'm sorry.
what if he wanted to cut his dick off?
Whatever my son wants to do is what he wants to do. I love him so much. Do I want him to do that? No. But I'm not going to control him. I'm also not going to let certain things into him to make him want to go a certain way. Just like, but that includes me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to like dictate so much. Like, there's going to be rules. There's going to be things I'd like him to do. But where that part comes from is me saying that, like, when I grew up, there was control. There was a do what I say. There was beatings.
Yeah.
There was submission. Like, there was certain things that I had to unlearn, or I'm still working through now,
Right.
that I don't want him to go through.
Right.
So, like, do I have a preference? Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I was brought up a certain way, so I have a preference. But the love I have for my son is like, I'm not going to love you less or support you less if you make something that I don't, if you do something I don't necessarily agree with or want you to do.
Right.
I can never take that away from, because I know how strong and how impactful it is for me as a father, for me to be supportive of you. Am I going to speak my piece? Am I going to say things? Of course. That's what a parent's going to do. but I'm not gonna try to beat my son into a submission, control him into submission. Like we gotta remember these young people are just they are who they're gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
We can only set certain guideline and boundaries, but like they are whoever. We've been young before.
Mm-hmm.
The person you are today, you haven't changed much from who that person is, except for there's some control, there's some other influences, there's some other impactful events, but your childlike person is still in there, very deep, right there. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel about when I look at my son. I'm like, there's some shit I just didn't put there. I ain't tell you to say that. I ain't tell you to do that. You are you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put some type of influence and try to be impactful in certain ways. I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, just do what you want and da da da. I'm like, yeah, that girl pretty, right? Like da da da. But I'm not gonna be like, nigga, like women, nigga, like.
Yeah.
I'm just, it's too many different things going on in the world where it's like I can't, like I would be a fool to be like, not my son. He can't never do that. Like that might happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It could happen. And I had to get myself mentally right with that. Because I watched my dad. We talked about how our dads aren't perfect, right? But we've seen them grow.
Right.
I look at my dad that way. Like I've seen my dad grow from a boy who had a kid early to a man.
Right.
A respectable married man. You know what I'm saying? And so my dad and my mom, when we were young, that's gay, don't do that. That's gay. Don't, you know what I mean? It was a no-no. Now my dad's wife has like gay best friends and like they all chill together and he's cool and it's not no big thing. He loves them.
Right.
I never would have saw my dad at 20 whatever he was. I never. My dad was hard. He didn't play that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For real. So I learned from that, like in a shorter time. I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? When they asked me that question, I was like, no, that's not my preference, but like I'm gonna be there for him because he gonna have to face a whole nother type of battle.
Right.
Trying to be whoever it is he gonna be, he gonna need an anchor. You know what I'm saying? And that's at the end of the day, that's who I want to be for my son. Is anchor.
Right. I do think it's one thing I think is nuance where, like, when it comes to the question of what if your son is gay.
Right.
I agree with you. If he gay, he gay. But I do think that, like, that's why I said if he want to cut his dick off, right? Because I think
that's not gay. That's trans.
Right, but I feel like people who do that, it's like that shit. It's like I feel like it's a lot of inner working because we can, like you said, if we beating them, that's gonna make them go towards that more. But if this is me saying this for everybody that's watching this shit. If we really parent or raise children from an aspect of love, unconditional love, and understanding, and unconditional love, including the hard shit, but it's not like that type of hard shit. Yeah. But it's like, yo, like, what is in you or what is going on?
Tough love is necessary.
You feel me? What is going on to make you want to hate yourself that much to mutilate your body that can never be changed, right? Like, you were born in this earth the way you was born. The Most High and the ancestors put you down here. But again, I was raised like my father, like you. He was like, "You ain't no punk, is you? You ain't gonna be no punk." Right. And I didn't even know punk meant gay. Right. I didn't even know he meant gay by punk.
Punk to the OGs is gay.
Like you ain't no punk. I'm like, no. You feel me? But it's like, yo, like it's like I'm still very much comfortable. Like everybody who know me knows that I'm very fluid with my femininity, but don't fucking play with me.
Yeah.
You feel me?
So I got trans friends, right? Right? And I don't understand everything. I'm not going to sit up here and pretend I do. I don't get it all the way.
You seem very open-minded.
However, I love them.
Right.
So, like, you got your own thing going on that I don't. It's like if my friend started doing drugs and real bad.
Right.
I'm not there with you all the way on why you're doing that and why you want to damn near kill yourself off substances.
Right.
But I love you so much that like I'm trying to be your anchor of love and understanding, like
Well,
you
we
said,
gotta
right?
unconditionally love ourselves to know that, all right,
Right.
I'm about to fall back from this shit.
Yeah, well,
Because you ain't about to take me down, your motherfucking.
no, but there's levels to that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It just depends on how much you want to. It depends on your relationship with the person. Cause some people I can't do that with.
Mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying? Like if my dad decided tomorrow he wants to get on that, I know I'm gonna be there at a level of for him differently than if my man's
Mm-hmm.
that we just do music. I'm like, look, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you gonna have to like, you know what I'm saying? So like I just think like at the end of the day, with all of that, they're not all grouped together, they all deserve their own whatever, but I just think I'm growing into a person of like understanding, and it's like it's nobody's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
We live on this earth where it's all type of shit going on.
Yeah.
And all I can really say is that when I see certain people out in the streets, whether it's drugs, mental health, sexuality, trans, they be lacking love and understanding. I don't understand everything going on with your struggle. I don't. I'm not even gonna sit up here and pretend to. But I'm gonna love you enough to have an open mind to at least maybe hear you, so that we can have a conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I don't know. If I don't know, I'm not gonna do what my parents used to do when they don't know. When they didn't know, they like, fuck that.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck that is about, and keep it the fuck away from me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The change is I don't know, but I fuck with you enough to like maybe wanna know, or I fuck with you enough to know enough.
But I say,
A lot of people don't. They've never got the space to ask themselves those questions.
No.
So
That's
they
true.
Say, I want to do something. Oh, everybody else is coming with their
They
opinions. on
right.
it. They
Yeah.
never got the chance to sit with it. Something like you said, you beating them to run towards it. Sometimes beating them don't even push them towards it.
Right.
Sometimes beating them just don't. It doesn't give them the chance to say, why do I want this? It's
Right.
what
They hide
I
it.
want.
That part.
Sometimes it's like I'm gonna want it just because you're telling me I shouldn't.
right, that part.
It's like
It's
I haven't
very
even
that's
been
what children
able
do.
To realize it, like what this is for me, without so much backlash.
Right.
That's why I'm like I agree with what you're saying with how you raise your son, because it's like you bring something to me, I gotta let you sit with it for a minute so you can even understand what this is. Ask me questions about it. That's why I'm like my son. You know my sons. They come to me with all types of stuff. All types of questions. They're 5 and 2.
At
And
any
I'm
time
asking
too.
them
It's no.
anything. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna answer them questions. Cause I'd be damned if you was like, my mom never gave,
Right.
time to stay here.
Right.
And now you.
That sticks with them forever.
Yeah, I have a 8-year-old daughter, and last year? 2 years ago, so she was in kindergarten. She comes to me and she's like, "I'm a lesbian." I was like, Jesus Christ. Right? I was like, what happened to John?
After
That
that, I
you,
like a boy, or
oh no! Last week she liked John. Okay, so I was like, what happened to John? She was like, oh, boys are just so difficult. They get on my nerves. I like girls now. I'm a lesbian. I said, what is a lesbian? She was like, it means that I just like girls. And I said, well, I'm gonna say that I support you if that's true, but I think that maybe you don't know yet. She said, I do know. And I said, well, we don't need to put a label on it yet. I support you liking girls. If you want to, I was like, do you want to date one?
just
Like,
walking to this
what
way.
does this mean?
let's come this way.
No, I asked, I was like, listen, I'm here for all the conversations, but let's just know for real. And like what winded up, it just became this whole big conversation. And it was actually so much more going on with her. Like, she had some experiences that she shouldn't have had, and she started questioning her sexuality because of it. But really what she was trying to say was that she loves boys, but she doesn't know if they love her back.
Right.
And if they don't love her, then fuck them, and she gonna go play with the girls because the girls are nice.
And there's a lot of grown women
That have that
Had
same
that
thing,
same logic.
right? So I gave her the space to have the conversation. I gave her on the girl side. I was like, listen, if you like a girl, these are the rules. She has to love you. She has to be nice. We not, because she was in this weird thing where she was like dating a boy and dating a girl. I was like, we're not doing this at 6. This is crazy. Like, pick one. Anyways. But what it also did for me was like, I understood. I was like, oh my God, if my parents had let me go through all of this fuckery at this young ass age, I'd be amazing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're so afraid that if we have real romantic conversations with our children, then all of a sudden they're going to want to fuck. And that's not true. Like, they're just trying to understand these really deep feelings that they have for the people around them.
Conversations with our mom is? Don't bring that fast ass girl to here. Don't do that. Leave that bitch alone. Don't bring none of these hoes in here. They all hoes. They all this and all. And then you wonder why we grow up and we like, ho? But that's all our mothers say. Am I lying?
She had real concerns. Like, there was a boy she was in summer camp with. Her dad let him come over because he could play with her and her little brother, or her big brother. And he liked her, and he was like, you're my girlfriend. And she liked him. Yeah. But she know me. She been listening to conversations I've been having, apparently. She was like, he did not ask me. I said, okay, well, did you tell him that he needs to ask you to be your boyfriend? She was like, no, he'll figure it out. I was like, okay. Ooh. So then they get to school, and
he'll figure it out. He'll read her mind.
Shut up.
Right.
But they get to school, and she's heartbroken, and she wants him to...
My reading, nigga. That's what
Listen.
You're a psychic.
She wants him to date her.
My shit don't work like that.
And I was like, y'all need to have a conversation. They never had a conversation. It is what it is. But he wasn't there.
Oh God, what if he wasn't? All right.
Yo, that shit remind me though. No, back to what you said though. Like I kind of, I'm a proponent for making hard decisions sometimes, but it's like, all right, you brought up the drug aspect too, right?
Right.
Yo, I don't know, and this goes back to everybody being different, and everybody having their own path. I'm like, yo, so I had a cousin. I call him my crackhead cousin.
We got him. We all got him.
But he wasn't a crackhead his whole life. He was the closest man to me at a point in time. And he broke my motherfucking heart as a man. You feel me? And it's just like, bro, once you put the gun in your wife's fucking mouth, you feel me? Once you cussed out the whole family, you feel me? Once you did all this shit, it's like, yo, you feel me? So it's like at some point, it's like, because I'm a proponent. But
some niggas wouldn't have got that far.
Right. I'm a proponent to, you feel me, being as loving as possible, being accepting as possible. But when it gets to a certain point and motherfuckers made their decision, because, I mean, I'm a psychic medium, even though my shit don't work like that all the time. You feel me? But it's like, I'm a psychic medium, so it's just like, I be connecting to, you feel me, higher realm shit, different dimensional shit. And sometimes motherfuckers be having contracts from past lives, and their parents have no idea about it. But this is why our people gotta make sure that we get into ancestral practices so we know that what the fuck is going on. But like some kids be coming with motherfucking past life contracts. They be coming with karma, past life karma, and shit like that don't have nothing to do. Like, I raised you like this. How the fuck could you be doing that? Type shit. Even, murders and killers or whatever. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Like, that's another thing. But hearing all of this, what's your thoughts?
Well, first, my initial thoughts is I definitely appreciate the conversation. The word that's been coming up, vulnerability. You know what I'm saying? It's important that we're able to have these kinds of conversations because multiple things that you all have said has like highlighted aspects of my journey on this earth, and has forced me to reflect. Mm. So I have adult children, and I have a teenage son, and I have 2 grandchildren. And so with the children, man, it depends on the child too, and the phase that they're in. So some, like one of my children sometimes needed to be told, like, you're gonna try this out for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, they're gonna be prone to just being on the phone all the time or just being idle. Other child already know what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Don't need as much. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times it depends on the child, their personality, their situation.
Mm-hmm.
Also, man, as a parent, I've been that parent at one point in time where I was like in denial about this. In this case, my daughter's case, like, situations that are allowed to happen in her upbringing, and not fully addressing it, not allowing her to have me, live up to that and address it and engage in full communication about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to the point it was really hurting her. And I had to like set aside my ego as a parent, and allow her to be in the driver's seat with my emotions for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? For her benefit, for her to have that kind of understanding. And then my father's still alive, and he and I had issues. And but now it's at a place where I honor my father, because it got to a point where he was able to have those conversations with me, and it brought a lot of like, again, honoring and what's the word when you solve something? Resolution. It brought a lot of resolution to our relationships. My mother, the topic of mothers. My mother passed in 2013, and she was the rock. Man, she was like, I grew up in Park Heights. She was from Trinidad, but our house was open to everybody. She was like, everybody came through, showed mad love. But if you crossed her, she was Pisces. That was it. Or you fuck with her children. I saw my mother, man, go through a lot of different changes, man. Nervous breakdowns. But at the same time, when she wasn't going through that, very vibrant, energetic. And as for me, before she passed, she was able to deal with that through total immersion in family and community. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to see that before she passed and experience that. So I say all that to say, man, I'm trying to address everything that was said. We ever go on the topic of like the homosexuality, things of that nature. I have a child. I had to deal with that. I didn't even think I was homophobic until I found that out about my child, right? And I acted a damn fool. So I had to process my whole childhood, you know what I'm saying, and my perception of masculinity. I had to deal with that shit or face fucking up my relationship with my child. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's interesting. My homeboys that I grew up with over West was like, nigga, what's wrong with you, yo? You'll see dope as shit, nigga, like.
Right.
And to this day, man, that's my oldest child. That's my rock. You know what I'm saying? Anything go down, they did. As far as when it comes to people's sexuality, man, and you mentioned the trans situation, I personally don't try to lump any one situation into any specific cause. Mm-hmm. I don't associate that with all those situations with some trauma. They could be doing that for numerous complex reasons with human beings. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like if we really talking about critiquing this capitalist society, white supremacist society, right, that has created this relationship between humans and Earth, where you're just exploiting Earth, exploiting one another, right? Objectifying other people, trying wiping out whole races of people. Mm-hmm. If we're really going to transcend that, then we have to be careful about how we perceive those that we perceive as being different than us,
Mm-hmm.
right? Are we imposing biblical standards on, you know what I'm saying? Or aren't we intelligent enough as human beings, vast enough to address our situation now in 2025 in a complex way and address everyone as human beings? Because otherwise, we're capable of being fascist. If we do get in a position of leadership, look at the African continent. Look at the black misleadership class in this country. You know what I'm saying? So we're not incapable of being tyrants because we got melanin. We're not incapable of being wicked. We got work to do. We're humans.
Right.
You gotta be realistic. Traore in Burkina Faso, they're doing the work. They're putting in the work to create a revolutionary nation in Africa. You know what I'm saying? It's work. It's not some pie in the sky thing. It's not. What I'm seeing now, man, is. All right, I'm gonna shut up soon. But I just want to say, we as African people throughout the African diaspora, right? If we go back from ancient times, a lot of us like to romanticize Kemet, ancient Egypt, right? How spiritual it was, blah 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 blah. They built those pyramids, man. It was a balance of logic and spirituality, right? But also, it wasn't perfect. Do I want to live under a pharaoh now? No. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is it's important that our intellectual tradition, right? Malcolm X, Sada Shakur, Kwame Nkrumah, you know, Queen Mother Moore. These were people who studied the world, studied history, right? And applied it to our situation. What's happening now, I see a lot. All these charlatans on YouTube giving people misinformation. How many of my young people I talk to think the earth is flat? You know what I'm saying? All these ideas, their worldview is, instead of it being based on history, our legacy is based on, what you call it? Conspiracy theory and hearsay, right? Instead of the due diligence of our ancestors, studying, right? We talk about our people creating the written word, right? Creating math, creating cities, right? We have to come back to that. And back to this conversation, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, this conversation has been based on personal experience, analysis of our personal experiences, and collectively understanding those experiences, right? That needs to happen on a regular. And I'm thankful for it, and I'll shut up right there.
I feel like one important thing that I can take from what you said just now is the spirit of Sankofa. You know, one of the Adinkra symbols that, you know, are part of the Adinkra dictionary language, and that's to go back and get, right? Because, you know, sometimes we forget, like, we have to take the best from what, you feel me, what has transpired and add it to what we got going on, because we the only ones that are living in the time that we living in right now. You feel me? And us as younger people, it's like, yo, we are the ones that experienced the trauma that our older generations gave us, and we got to fix that shit. You feel me? And it's like, you know that, I mean, even with the conspiracy thing, like, I say most conspiracies, a lot of conspiracies that they said was conspiracies, it came out to be true, but that's a whole nother conversation. But
Yeah, it's nuanced, but
yeah, it's nuanced for sure. But what you important, like, I really take away that spirit of Sankofa from what you're talking about, because it's like without study and research in these things, and how study brings together juxtaposition and you know, just the process of scientific research, whether it's real science or sociological science and stuff like that, that's important. So I think that puts a good head on the conversation that we were having. And another conversation that another question that popped up for you is, I always ask this question to everybody that comes on the stage, comes in the loft, You feel me? How is fatherhood for you personally? Like, if you're a mother or a father, I always ask, how is the parental experience for you personally?
Um, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you supposed to lead, teach, guide, and all of that, and through doing all of those things, cause you're doing it with your heart. Like, if I don't know if every parent loves their child. I don't know that to be true. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know that every parent loves their kid the way I love my kid. So when I say this, I'm saying like because I'm doing it wholeheartedly, like I'm learning the same thing I'm giving him, I'm receiving. Mm-hmm. It's the gift that gives. You know what I'm saying? So I'm teaching him and learning. I'm guiding him and guiding myself. The more disciplined I am with myself or him, it just pays off in both ways. And that's the only thing in my life that is like that. To where it's like you can pour into some shit and you not getting shit from it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only thing I feel like I'm pouring into, from the smallest detail to the biggest thing. Like everything I feel like I'm doing for him matters.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I could just take him to the movies. It matters. I could teach him how to do something. It matters. He'd be like, Daddy, can I draw? Yes.
And that matters.
And that matters.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dad, can I have a grape? Yes. You can have all the fruit you want. And that matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that you tap the water and it's a little ripple right there, but that's a big wave out there. That's what parenthood is to me. So it's the only thing I feel like I'm doing right because I'm doing it from the heart. Like I don't have all the answers, obviously. I don't know what's right and wrong for him. But I was just like, yeah, like I don't know, man. It's the gift that gives for real. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Not just the saying, but like, yeah, the more I feel like I'm doing it, the more I feel like I'm doing for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Oh.
I stayed here so much longer than I was supposed to. Everybody hates me. But it was just necessary.
Yeah.
Give thanks for that.
You feel me?
I do need to pop out.
Man, we give thanks for Brother Nature for coming into the Studio B tonight.
Yes.
You feel me?
And we gonna talk about this.
Yeah, we got a couple things.
We got a couple things. We got some things to discuss.
Yeah, and we could do a part 2 of this motherfucker. You feel me?
Hey man, yeah, because the conversation opened up. I was like, man, we could be here for 5 hours.
You feel me?
And I would be with it.
Our joint was 3 hours after Phil came up there, motherfucker added a whole nother hour.
Yeah,
he added a whole nother hour.
We could definitely discuss all of this further, for sure. But I appreciate you having me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go to work in 5 hours. Shout out to Honey Wine.
Shout out to the Honey Wine. Yo, that's the official drink of Studio B.
Say travels home, man.
Okay, bet. We all doing this life thing together, man. On this earth. Putting it together. But we all honest. Vulnerability in all that we do.